Smart and connected cities technology and other forms of technology are absolutely vital to equity in cities because this is a digital world. When we think of infrastructure right now in Kansas City, we're not just thinking about concrete assets and hard structures. We're thinking about informational and digital infrastructure as well, because by the use of that information and those digital connections, people are able to access jobs, they're able to access healthcare, they're able to connect in ways that they may not otherwise be able to connect. So if we're talking about a connected city where everybody's needs are being met and everybody feels that they have value and access to the things that they need, we have to talk about technology, being a smart and connected city, using the leverage that we were able to gain with Google and all sorts of other things like that. It's just a matter of making sure that we're not just looking at the obvious, but we're looking below the surface to make sure that people have information that will enhance their lives. Planners are an important part of building a connected city because if we're not looking at people who really know how things are integrated together, then we're going to go helter-skelter and hopscotch. And when we do that, it's inefficient, it's going to cost more, and it's less effective for the people that we're trying to do. All of the things that we're talking about with technology and housing, et cetera, all of that is designed for one very specific reason, and that is to enhance the lives of the people who live in our cities. And if we aren't having planners engaged in that process, if planners are not doing what planners do so well and others can't do it all, then we're not going to achieve the level of efficiency and effectiveness that we need. And with scarce tax dollars, we can't afford to be helter-skelter. We've got to be pinpoint and focused and on point. Crossroads was named one of the great places in America because it actually is one of those great places. And it is a product of planning. It came about as a result of planners and the people in that community deciding what kind of a community they wanted to live in, setting out a long-range plan, and then implementing it ruthlessly over a period of time so that it became what it became. Now, we need to do those same things in all parts of the city. And Crossroads was a desolate area for quite some time. We have other desolate areas. We need to find ways that the people in those communities can build the same types of communities as a Crossroad, not necessarily the same themes, but things that are enhanced in their lives and things that they find important. And we can do that by planning and working with planners to get it done. Oh, planners shouldn't work with city government, planners should work in city government. We have to have planners integrated into the process, because it's not a matter of somebody coming in for a meeting once a week. We need planners there assisting in all the things that we do so that we're looking at those issues as we talk about building assets, we talk about housing assets, we talk about fairness across the board, we talk about how do we integrate areas one next to the other, those types of things. Having people who bring the skill sets and the eyes of planners in the city government will enhance the things that city governments try to do, which is to make sure that we're providing services. Planners also look at services and service provision, and that all has an impact and is impacted by the hard assets of the city. So all of those things have to be integrated together. And in fact, in Kansas City, we have a program called KC Stat, and in KC Stat, we bring all of our departments together by subject matters, not by departments, but by subject matters, so that planners sit in when we're talking about public safety, we're talking about trash, we're talking about health. And planners are there because they can assist in making sure that we deliver those services best. Well, first of all, I think any planner would want to partner with a local elected official because we can open doors for them. We can bring people to the table that they want at the table so that they can collaborate with others. But they should be in our city governments anyhow and part of our roundtables where I speak with our people all the time. Our city manager is engaged. But they need to work with elected officials because elected officials are the ones who help carry the public sentiment about things. And when we're talking about planning, sometimes you do a lot of planning, but you're not necessarily marketers and you're not politicians. So you need to go out sometimes and sell what you've planned to others, and that's where we come in. So we need to have that partnership and that symbiotic relationship.